We'll call the meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Good evening, everyone. Tom, could you take the roll call, please?
Mayor King.
Present.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Present.
Councilmember Helly.
Present.
Bashusta.
Present.
Fisher.
Present.
Waller. Baskin. Postma.
Present.
We have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tom. Item number 1 is a motion for the adoption of the agenda with the additions.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item number 2 is a motion approving our minutes from our January 21st, 2025 meeting.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Nothing under recognitions and award for item number 3. Item number 4 is a consent agenda. Looking for a motion unless someone's got some changes.
Mayor, it was proposed we pull the tobacco one out for further discussion.
Sure. All right, with the consent agenda pulling out the cigarette RTH, we will take a motion or vote on that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries with the exclusion of RTH cigarette. Nothing under public hearings, nothing under awarding bids.
Mayor King, we'll need to talk about that one now. So
Pull that in consent agenda, so it should be addressed as a separate.
Oh,
so now we have to talk about specifically only RTH.
okay, you want to do it now, or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Posty, what do you got?
I just know there was, had a citizen concerned about, I think most of us got a similar email with if there's any regulation as to the number of tobacco businesses and some of the proliferation and whatnot. So I thought instead of just having it go through the consent agenda, it would be worth a discussion, whether it's now or if we want to table it to a work session. I didn't know if others had the same interest.
Yeah, it was Mr. Edward. Is he here tonight? John Edward? No? So I think he emailed everybody and just said, hey, we'd certainly discuss it. Now, I think I did check with our communities. He's under the impression that Austin is having too many smoke shops, or maybe too many in the same area. We're not dissimilar from our neighboring or sister communities. Albert Lee has 3, Owatonna has 3, Winona has 3, Red Wing has 3. Rochester has 10, Faribault has 4, and Austin has 2, soon to be 3 perhaps. I don't know that we're becoming Smoke City, but it is one of those things where the private market drives that. There's a building for sale, a person bought that, and if there's not a need for it, then it'll go out of business, but if there is a need, it'll be successful. There's also a convenience store that sells tobacco products and Kratom and other things. So I'm not a proponent of smoking. I just there's a delicate tightrope of free market, so
Well,
looking for discussion.
my question was, and I think I know the answer to this, I think our law enforcement does do spot checks to make sure that all of those who are selling tobacco products are IDing people appropriately. Mm-hmm. So it's not the Wild West, Smoke City, Austin, Minnesota. We are regulating it, and personally, I feel pretty good about it. I wondered if there is prohibition of a smoke shop near schools, partially because you just think about where they are. They're centered on that 18th.
You'd have the Freedom gas station, whatever it's called now, right across the street from the high school that sells cigarettes.
Okay.
The law did change maybe a year ago too, where McKeek, and he's upstairs, but the enforcement of having a possession of a cigarette used to be illegal to have a possession if you're under 21. Now you can possess it, you just can't sell it to somebody under 21. So the enforcement, as far as the chiefs and the police role in it, is really diminished because it's not illegal to see someone in the public 12 years old smoking a cigarette. That's not an offense anymore. It's just only if you sell it, find someone that's selling it to the youth. So, but they do those checks, and it's like alcohol too. So,
I guess knowing that we have to balance being business friendly and we are part of capitalistic market. I would say we have appropriate numbers of checks and balances. We do license them individually. If there was a problem with one in particular, we could pull their license. That's why we do that. And we know they're being checked, so I would be in favor of approving this and letting it move forward.
Second.
All right, so we have a motion and a second to include that back in the, or at least approve it as part of the consent agenda. Want to do roll?
So all in favor first.
Okay, all in favor of that?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No need for a roll. Thank you. That moves forward. Now, public hearings, nothing. Awarding bids, nothing. Petitions and requests. We have item number 5 is requesting approval of a temporary liquor ordinance. Looking for a motion for preparation of the ordinance.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
That's a half a second, Jeff, maybe. Half a second for Paul. Split that up, Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 5B for the adoption of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Helly,
Aye.
Bashusta,
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Baskin.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Ordinance passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. And finally, under 5C for summary publication of the ordinance. Need a resolution.
So moved. Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Helly,
Aye.
Bashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Baskin.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 6 is a motion for Jason to sell a tractor from the Park and Rec Department. Jason, do you have anything further on that?
I'd be happy to answer any questions. Everything else is written and outlined in the memo.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 7 is resolution approving Cook Farm land rental lease agreement. Stephen?
Since 2012, we've been working with Kevin Finley and his family on farming tillable acres out at the Cook Farm at the Creekside Business Park. And with the construction project that occurred last year, that impacted our available space for farm rental for row cropping. That is anticipated to continue again here in 2025. What we're looking at is establishing more of a grass alfalfa mix on the south side of 27th Avenue, and which is where New Tech and Smythe and All for Dogs are located on the south side. And then continuing row cropping on the north side of 27th Avenue. When we present the area with a grass alfalfa mix, it looks more like a development, a commercial development, as opposed to a farm field. So we're trying to make that transition now with the investment that has been made out at Creekside to start to make those lots look more marketable. And we feel that switching over to a grass alfalfa mix on the south side of 27th Avenue will aid in that process, what little bit it may. But it takes some time to establish. So you can see this year we're proposing that we only charge for the 39 acres north of 27th Avenue at a rate of $200 per acre. The area to the south of 27th Avenue, we would give the farmer free rent for this year because he'll have a decent amount of inputs that he needs to pay out of pocket to plant that new crop, and it's unlikely of much of a crop that he'll get here in 2025. So really what we're doing is we're setting this up for 2026, and maybe more detail than you needed to know there or wanted to know, but that is the reasoning why we've got it broken up this year, and we're proposing to not charge them for the southerly portion of 27th Avenue due to the cost of inputs. So with that, we would recommend a $7,800 lease agreement to Kevin Finley for 2025.
Is Finley going to stick with it then? I mean, do we need a longer lease agreement? What if he bails out in 6 and then we're stuck with a hayfield?
He preferred a 1-year lease agreement, and the alfalfa grass mix is also something that is of value to him in the future for his cattle, both the row cropping and the grass alfalfa. He does both, so I anticipate we'll continue this working relationship into the future until that property sells.
Thank you. Any other questions for Mr. Lang, council? If not, looking for resolution for item number 7.
So moved. Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Helly,
Aye.
Bashusta,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Baskin,
Aye.
Postma,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 8 is resolution approving request for city council flooring. Tom?
As you walked into the chambers this morning, you probably went through some areas that looked a little unseedy down here at City Hall. We had the street departments have been doing a great job helping peel off the wallpaper, priming, gonna paint it. But while we're in that process, we reached out to a couple local flooring companies to install some new flooring in the concrete areas, and the walkway coming into the chambers and in front of both of the council chambers. And then new carpet in the conference room A across the hallway and the former mayor's office. With that being said, we'd request approval of $11,665 for Huffman Flooring to install some new flooring.
Very nice. I do appreciate the city's, city street department helping in that, everybody's kind of working together on it, so very
been doing
good.
a
Keep the
phenomenal
cost down.
job for us,
Yep,
so.
that's great to hear. Council, any questions for Mr. Dankert?
Can we, since we're doing all of this down here, can we maybe put on a workshop agenda, the bathrooms? We start taking a look at that, maybe getting some, yes?
Right there, these are ones right here.
Yes. Yeah. We're doing all that other work down here. I'd like to see something done with the bathrooms, if we could put that on an upcoming agenda.
Like appliances or upgraded
Not
interior?
surprised, it looked like the library's fancy bathroom.
Maybe we should have had their leftovers or their hand-me-downs.
Well, they aren't ADA.
No?
Oh, at least the women's. I'm
Well, we,
not that familiar with the men's side. but
we've gone this far.
side
Maybe we
is-
just take
It's
a peek
not
at
either.
some kind of an estimate on a bathroom remodel down here.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right, can you do that, Tom? Look at how happy he is to do that.
We'll work on that.
Point for Steven.
I'm looking forward to seeing how this story ends. All right, bathroom remodel, put that
I think
on
if we
some
make
of
it part of the I and I conversation, you got a shot, Joyce.
on the list.
We'll work on that.
All right, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on, right? No, we need a,
I would move to approve the request for City Hall flooring. Not that the bare concrete doesn't look great.
all right,
And this will not include the old engineering because they're just removing that now.
okay. Tom, want to take the roll on that?
I got a first, who's second?
Yeah.
Jeff, okay.
Jeff.
Councilmember Helly,
Aye.
Bashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Baskin.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 9 is resolution receiving feasibility report and calling for public hearing on March 3rd for a street improvement for Nature's Ridge 4th edition. Stephen?
Yes, at the last meeting, council reviewed a preliminary plat for Nature's Ridge 4th. And we mentioned at that meeting there would be more stuff to come on this development as this will be a kind of a first time out the door project where the city gets involved with financing a development project, and then we would look to assess the cost back to the developed properties or the developed parcels. So before you tonight are some estimated costs for the development. We're continuing to work with the developer on a development agreement and continuing to carry that through. But at this time, we'd request that council set a public hearing for March 3rd, 2025 to consider this proposed project, and we'd bring forward more detail at that time.
Very good. Thank you, Stephen. Council, any questions? Looking for resolution for item number 9.
So move.
Second.
Thomas?
Councilmember Helly,
Aye.
Bashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Baskin.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tom. Item number 10 is a resolution approving the healthcare savings plan change for Minpia. Council has that in the backup. Is there any questions? We'll take them, or Craig can field them. Trish is absent, but there was no cost to the city, and this was requested from the union. So looking for a resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Helly,
Aye.
Bashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Baskin.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 11 is a motion approving sick time donation request. Craig, do you have anything to add on that?
Nope, just Steve Turner's requested sick leave donation being extended, so
Right.
happy to answer any questions.
It's excellent. Very good. Very nice to be able to have that donation program, and I'm sure it's just well used. And I know Steve and his wife are going through some tough times, so looking for a motion to approve the sick leave donation request.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 12 is a resolution accepting donations, and we got a couple of them here that are $2,500 to the Cornerstone Church for the LEC Fitness Room. We thank them. $3,000 from the Eagles for the 4th of July fireworks. Also $2,500 from Fraternal Order of the Eagles for the Riverside Arena audio and visual improvements. With those, looking for a motion to approve those, and we thank them for it.
So
Oh,
moved.
I'm sorry, it's resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Helly,
Aye.
Bashusta,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Waller,
Aye.
Baskin,
Aye.
Postma,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. It is my, seems what I do is honor these folks that give donations. So this is the time of year where we just offer that you guys pack a lunch or go somewhere keep your thoughts. And because I'm going to read a bunch of names, we appreciate these folks for this. The flower donations equals about $31,000. So Larry Andreessen, Mike and Patty Ankeny, Jeff and Diane Baker, Jeff and Chris Baldus, Greg and Amy Baskin, Jason and Katie Baskin, Nancy Beck, Peggy Benskoffer, Judy and Dick Bergen, Judy and Lee Bjorndal, Fred and Carolyn Bogat, Cheryl Boughton, Patrick Bradley, James and Millie Burrows, Richard and Laura Carlson, Ron Weisler, and the Center Court Apartments, Colette Chafee, Cheryl Christofferson, Clifton Larson Allen, Catherine Coyle, Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Davison, Robert Devine, Joan Item, Leanne and Jeff Edinger, Quentin and Marlene Fiala, Lowell Foster, Jeffrey and Marla Frank, Phyllis Freund, J.C. and P.T. Frid, Harold and Priscilla Golly, John Gray, Susan Grove, Gordon and Donna Handeland, Veronica Hanson, Laura Helly, and Matt Stobaugh, Janet Hokinson, Katie Clark, Grant and Mary Johnson, Phyllis Jorgensen, Stephen Shelley King, Randy and Wendy Kramer, Dorothy and Steve Krob, Thomas Lander, Sonia Larson, Margaret List, Ron and Mary Ann Luters, Jay Lutz, Thomas and Donna Moss, Pat McLean, John Madsen, Steve and Sherry Mason, Mark and Holly Mayer, Jerry and Suzanne McCarthy, the McGuff Construction Company, and Taggart Medgarden, Austin HRA, Daryl and Deb Mickelson, Phil and Gail Meinrich, Bill Momsen, Michael Monson, Stephen Nieswager, Ralph and Helen Nelson, Colleen Horn, Betty Olson, Richard Pashusta, the 11, Joyce Pashusta, Mike and Stephanie Postma, Stephen Lynn Price, Gretchen and Mark Ramlow, Scott and Catherine Richardson, Bonnie and Tim Reitz, Barbara Schaefer, Belita Schindler, Dean and Leanne Seek, Paige and John Scholl, Ellen Stark, Maureen Steinblock, Dave Silty, Peter and Bonnie Tangren, Bill Toffick, Daphne Wagner, Kathy Wagner, Colleen Weimer, James and Charlene Westrick, Dale Wicks, Jerry and Mary Ann Waleski, Gary and Marjorie Zimmerman, Nan Hanegraaff, and Sally Baker. We also have businesses, Balder, Mouse, Foreman and King, Bremer Bank, Golden Tress, Piggy Blues, Potash and Mitchell, Dental Clinic, Austin Eagles, and the Ladies Floral Club. That equals $31,405 for the floral donations, flower donations. This is our 30th year in the city of Austin. Always gets great remarks from our visitors and our residents. So it's just very heartening to see these folks give of their money for that program. So with that, looking for a resolution to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Helly,
Aye.
Pashusta,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Waller,
Aye.
Baskin,
Aye.
Postma,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0.
Thank you, Tom. Item number 14 is a motion granting the Planning and Zoning Department the power to contract for the removal of junk and/or illegally stored vehicles at the location 304 2nd Avenue Southwest, the Deezer property. Looking for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. On our addition, item number 15 is resolution approving the airport T-Hangar grant. Stephen?
Yes, before you is a federal grant. It's part of a bill funding that is allocated toward the city of Austin that we've designated toward the construction of the 10-unit T-hangar. This grant is in the amount of $137,000. This is part of our overall funding package that we had for the T-hangar. If y'all remember, it was pretty complex. We had lots of different funding sources that'll be coming in over different years. And then we're now into year 2, and this is kind of our first grant of year 2, so we would request council authorization and acceptance of this grant.
Very good. Council, any questions for Mr. Lang?
Stephen, as somebody who deals with federal grants, it's been an interesting last week or two. Are there concerns that this funding may or may not come through at this point?
I would defer to Tom if you have any other backside from what you.
And I guess what happens if it doesn't come through?
There's always concerns, but as we saw day one, he came out with the federal funding freeze. Day 122, Democratic governors filed suit, along with a couple not-for-profits. And day 2, the everything was dropped. Do we anticipate problems? There could be potential problems. We've got, I think I sent out an email, must have said 7 or 8 federal grants that could be a potential. This one would be the least of our worries. The Creekside EDA grant's got a $4 million project, half of it paid with federal dollars. That could potentially be a problem, but we're in the middle of construction. We're gonna keep going. We'll pay for it ourselves, and we'll just ask the federal government to keep paying us back. I've been in contact. The other big one is our treatment plant. The dollars for the grant and the CWRF loan on that are actually federal dollars also. So the minute the freeze came out, we contacted the federal government. And at this point in time, even before the freeze came through, they said it should not be a problem because those dollars have been already allocated out. It sounded like to the state, so the state's already got the money. You can't have it back, guys. But this one, again, would be the least of our concerns compared to some of the other projects we got going on, but we've been watching it closely, and at this point in time, everything still seems to be okay. Even some of the federal grants we sent in for last week for some of our other airport projects. Like, no, it should be good. We'll process for payment. So at this point in time, we're hopeful, but never say never.
Very good. Thank you. If no other questions, looking for a resolution for item 15.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Helly,
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Waller.
Aye.
Baskin.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
The resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tom. Moving on to citizens addressing the council. Anyone in the audience wishing to speak with council of items that weren't on the agenda? Okay. Reports and recommendations. Craig?
I don't have anything, but Mr. Dankert and Julie Kleinfelter have a couple items.
Just in front, some people already handed it back, but in front of council are our annual audit requirements or related party questionnaires. Becky, you don't have them because you weren't here in 2024, but if everybody could get those back to us as soon as they can. And otherwise, again, you've seen the hallways. It's going to be like this for, could be a month or so before the flooring gets in, so we ask for your patience.
Thank you. Julie?
Yes, just letting people know that due to staff illness, we are having to adjust the library's hours this week. Tomorrow we'll have normal hours, 10 to 8 p.m. Wednesday we are going to have to close, and Thursday we're going to open at noon instead of 10. Otherwise, things the rest of the week should be good. Our children's programming this week also, the story times, Legos and games, and our tween advisory board we're going to have to cancel this week. So we're sorry for the inconvenience. Bear with us, and we hope to be back to normal soon.
All right. Very good. Thank you. City Council reports and recommendations. Paul, do you have anything?
I have nothing, Your Honor.
Right on. Joyce?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Laura?
The Culture and Arts Commission is planning 4th Avenue Fest for Wednesday, June 4th. So mark your calendar. If you work with a community organization that would want to be part of that event, let me know. We're going to start our organizational meetings here in February. The Parks and Recreation Department, I want to congratulate them on using a feature on some customer software that they've had to announce programming, which resulted in Public Skate getting really great crowds turned out for it. It turns out if you tell people about the things you're offering, you get more people to show up. So Nice job to the Parks and Rec Department. They also are working with Austin Public Schools and the high school special education program on employment opportunities. So the high school students that are in special ed, if they're looking to go to work after they leave high school, they're doing these programs already where they sort of work shadow and try out different things in the community, and we've now made the connection so that they can be doing park and rec things like watering flowers or mowing lawns or I don't know, whatever you guys do in the winter. Public skate, I guess. And I just wanted to say congratulations also on that. I think that's a great illustration of Austin working smart, making the connections, great outcomes for the students on the public school side, and also great outcomes for us, giving us sort of another pool of future employees. And when we're fighting for every single employee that we've got, that's really important. I want to say thank you to city employees for rallying around Steve Turner with your donation of PTO hours. I'm sure that that isn't the only way you're rallying around Steve, and I'm sure that isn't the only way that you're supporting each other. I see our employees having those connections of loyalty and family, and that's what we want to see, and I appreciate it and want to say thanks. That's really the Austin that I know, is the Austin where you work together with your neighbor, you value other people even if they're not exactly like you. And so I also feel that I need to say our community of Austin works because immigrant and refugee communities come here and they work for our employers and they make things go. And Austin isn't what it is without those people. They belong here. It's a great disservice to them to scapegoat them for everything that's wrong in your community or your life. So I just wanted to say that for the record, and now is a great time to educate yourself and or your employer about your rights in terms of interacting with ICE if they should appear at your workplace or anywhere else in the community.
Thank you, Laura. Appreciate the comments. Jeff?
Yes, at the last library board meeting, they want to let us know that the integrated library system, or ILS migration, is slated for May 1st of this year. During the systems upgrade, the library will not be closed so that patrons can continue to use the system as it changes live. This is a best practice from the installation company. And also the library will be hosting additional Spanish language driver's ed classes. These classes have been well received in the past. Julie was able to secure a grant to support this and is pursuing additional grant options.
Very good.
I have, Your Honor.
Thanks, Jeff. Posty?
Two things. One, thanks to everybody who has donated time, or not even donated, worked time to help with all of the Paint the Town Pink events, Plunging for Pink. I know that we've had a couple of our firefighters in the water for multiple hours on their off time volunteering for that event. That's fantastic, and just thank you. It's great to see all the things happening around town. And then just thoughts and prayers with Steve and Randy and the Turner family, and we know that you got this, Randy.
Thanks, Mike. Jason?
Yeah, I would echo that. Couple things. One is obviously, continuation of the Paint the Town Pink events this week. So Black and Gold Gala Thursday night. You've got the Paint the Rink Pink Saturday night. A lot of other festivities that are there. And so, I mean, obviously one of the great ways that our community comes together to raise money for cancer research and just incredible causes. So if you have the opportunity, would encourage everybody to get out and do that. And then finally, we also have Busy Week in Austin. We've got a delegation of European leaders coming on Thursday. So I know we've got a handful of us that are giving a presentation talking about the work that Austin is doing as a welcoming community. And so we'll be hosting folks from all over the continent of Europe to learn more about what we're doing.
Thank you, Jason. Becky?
Nothing, Your Honor.
I'm glad you made it all the way back from La Crosse, just near the, I was going to tell you, that's a beautiful drive unless you're in a hurry to get to a city council meeting.
Yeah.
It's not a beautiful
Quite
drive.
the drive.
There are some anniversaries I want to read too, but I do want to recognize reporter back there, Eric Johnson, who I happen to know it was his birthday because it told me on the KAAL birthday club. I'm pretty convinced that all the other 4 and 5-year-olds, their smile didn't match what Eric had for his birthday smile on KAAL. So happy birthday, Eric. We have the anniversaries for February. Jim Lunt from the Police Department, 18 years. Travis Pudence for the wastewater treatment plant, 8 years. Dan Peterson, wastewater, 7 years. John Beckman, Craig Byram, Marty Helly, and Steve Holvey, all with administration, all with 6 years of service. Sam Pashusta, Street Department, 6 years. Josh Fallhaber, Park and Rec and Forestry, 6 years. Rich Ganzen, wastewater treatment plant, 5 years. Michael Gaucher, 3 years with finance and IT. Kelly Ball, Nature Center, 2 years. Matt Wise with the fire, also 2 years. We recognize those anniversaries and thank those folks for being part of our great city staff. Also, Chief McKeegan and Trish and I were just upstairs with our Police Civil Service annual meeting. It's just a great time to recognize at the beginning of the year that we do get folks new to any commission and board, and we have a ton of folks out there, the residents serving on these commissions and boards, and we're thankful for what they do to move us forward. So just want to thank all